Hey friends, we're gonna go ahead and make an Easter craft this year to put the cross in here with the sun that's setting, and or maybe it's actually the morning sun as it's coming up. I like that idea. But the sky, it has this gradation of colors, and I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. It starts with a hard piece of cardstock, and I really laid out some pieces here that I pre-tore so that way they'd be ready, and that'll kind of make it a little bit uneven as you're looking at the sky. So tear those ahead of time, or I guess if you want to let the kids do that, you can. But I think it'd be a good idea to go ahead and lay it out. I did use the corners or the straight edges of the paper as kind of a guide going down, so that would help a little bit because you layer them as you're moving along, gluing them on. So using just a glue stick, you could easily do that. But depending on where your actual lines are, you may have to overlap a little bit farther than you were anticipating. So anyway, that gives you kind of an idea of laying it out, and then you could start gluing it on. So the next thing we need to make is this hill. So I guess that would be like Golgotha, and I think it would not be too hard for the kids to just cut a heel out. So put that in place down here. But see how a little bit of the sky shows on the hill? So if it's a little bit too tall, like this one might be a little bit too tall, it's really no problem. It's very easy just to trim it, make it a little bit better fit for what you want. And then a good way to do the cross, I think we're just going to do like a half sheet. So that would be like that. So I'm just going to do a quarter of the sheet, fold it over, and then you can do the cross shape in the fold, so that way they're symmetrical. So give that a try. Trying to keep them all about the same width is a little tricky. So you can go back and trim it if it's not exactly the way you want it. Good. Let's see how that turned out. Is that close? Might be just a little bit thick right here. So let's trim that a little bit more. Just by folding it in half, give it a little trim. Here too. Alright. That's probably a little bit better. And so even though it's a little bit larger, at least it gives you the idea of what that would look like. So go ahead and consider making this cross craft as one of your options for Easter as we're celebrating our risen Savior. I think this will be a lot of fun for the kids to do too.